You are here with By the Cover. Today we're going to be reviewing Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. This book was 447 pages and took me 6 days to read. I would rate this book a 7 out of 10. This review will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to hear those, click off now. First, my likes with the book. I liked that it was fast-paced, it had really short chapters, and it was easy to read. It had unique enemies that were very imaginative. The comedy was great throughout the book. I thought it was an absolutely crazy and silly story and premise, but it had a much deeper subtext of the darkness of social media, showbiz, and entertainment in general. I liked a lot of the story's arcs, from befriending the goblins to the old folks arc to Anytime Donut expressed a deeper connection with Carl, and my favorite part of the book, which was the second talk show appearance. I like that the book takes kind of surface level things that you wouldn't think twice about in a normal gaming situation and adds a darker underlying tone or subtext to it that has a real emotional impact and gives a deeper meaning to the story. Two examples of this. There's a boss fight with what they call the Hoarder, and in this boss fight, the boss starts speaking some Spanish. If you don't know what she's saying, go look that up. It adds a lot of depth to the scene and gives it a very dark undertone. And I also thought that the troll situation was pretty sad. Basically, they are told if they do what they're told, then they can earn their way down levels, and soon they'll be so far down in level that no crawlers will be able to make it to that level, and then they'll be able to prosper at that level in the dungeon, which is obvious bullshit, but it shows how the corporation is using them for their own gain. I really like the test of character of the different characters and seeing how different people react in certain situations. As far as my dislikes of the story, most of this book was the tutorial, and no one likes tutorials. It was very repetitive of running into new enemies, fighting and grinding and getting achievements. Now, I will say that the item descriptions and the achievement descriptions were absolutely gold, but there's a lot of them. So I found myself taking longer to read this book because I kept having to put it down because it was so repetitive. Overall, I think it was still a good time, but it did get a little old at times. And my last dislike of this book is that the primary character is just alright. He has a little bit of depth. The story mostly focuses on the action and not a whole lot of character development. There is a little bit in there, but not as much as I would like, so I hope as the series goes on we get more in-depth analysis of these characters. Overall, I thought it was an entertaining read. It was certainly fun. I think the subtext of what the author is trying to say as we go through the series is probably what's going to keep me coming back. I do enjoy the entertainment value and kind of the surface level stuff, but that stuff can get pretty old pretty quick. So I'm interested to keep reading this series and hopefully I will continue to like it. So that's about it. I'll catch you later. Bye.